Ladies and reprobates, it's that time again when your favorite molestation uncle. No, that's too redneck. Let's try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, little children. Nah, too condescending. Hey, YouTubers, it's your favorite influence. Fuck, that's too much bullshit. Okay. Time for an oil service on a Triumph Tiger 900 Rally Pro, year model 2020. Yeah, that's a good intro. No bullshit, straight to the facts. Let's go. Yo, excuse me, you'll be hearing my sniffling a lot because it's currently a real feel of 9 degrees. We are in definite winter in South Africa. The bike, my beloved little Tiger, has got 5,000 kilometers on the clock, or just shy of, but there is a rally happening, the LDBA in Sabi next week, and I'd like to get it serviced. What was that? Over-servicing. Waste of money and resources. Oh, piss off, man. My 1190 fared so well because I changed her oil every 7,000 kilometers, okay? And I drove that bike gingerly compared to the Tiger, which if you're buying this bike after me, look, it's been well maintained, but there was a real idiot behind the bars controlling the throttle. Hey, who says there isn't honesty on my channel? What you will need, the bare necessities, is a filter and some oil. The Tigers share this filter with a lot of other brands, so they're quite common. It's HF204 for those who are completely illiterate. Yeah, I know. Oil, because we are in a temperate climate, not like the United Kingdom or Europe, we will be using 10W50 instead of the European 10W40. All right, this is Castrol, it's full synthetic. I still had this left over from my 1190, so yeah, it's a couple of years old, but at 120 Rand, which at the current exchange rate sells for about 25 US dollar cents. Oh no, hold on. We're not in Trump era anymore. We're Grand Sugar Daddy Biden, so this would actually then roughly translate to 56 US dollars. Yeah, I'm laughing at you, America. Watch out for that inflation. Obviously, you also need sundries. You can also add this oil additive. Now, it says 30 milliliters per liter of oil. I usually just give it half a tot, just for shits and giggles. Brake and parts cleaner to make sure everything around the oil filter and drain plug is clean. Hylomar, which I just smear on the drain plug just for added protection. It's a setting gasket sealer. Very good. It's almost like lubricant. You will also need a 8mm to remove the drain plug. I don't know the torque settings, but if you split the casing, you may have just reached the factory setting, okay? Or, well, I will basically be torquing this down using the hand that does not abuse me on a daily basis. Duct tape. This is a trick I learned from Del Boy's Garage, another fantastic YouTube video. And this is only if you don't have enough strength in your masturbation hands. You basically just put the grippy side on the outside, giving you grip, and then you can turn the oil filter off. Fantastic design. And in order not to use the entire roll, you cut it down the middle so it becomes a small strip. You know, a Brazilian. Or is that a Hollywood? I always get confused on that. Yeah, never mind. Also, if you want high tech or you really lack the power, you can get one of these things. Oh, this is a claw that grabs the junk and you can twist it off. You will also need, tools and some gloves because old oil is cancer causing, much like everything else. Concrete, vegetables, child screaming on an airplane. You know, everything gives you cancer these days. So let's look. Oh, and obviously somewhere to put the old oil before you dispose of it in the sewage drain. You can also use your wife's pots and pans, but World War III, not my ideal scenario. Maybe it is for you. And I'm already in love with Triumph because guess what? Their drain plug is right here. There's no, Austrian engineer making it difficult by letting it run over hot exhaust. And of course the filter, really easy. Although I must say, I'm not a big fan of putting a filter right in the line of your front wheel. I mean, all it takes is a couple of stones to punch that, and if it doesn't hit that, you've always got the oil cooler sitting right there as well. Tja, good thing this thing has a bash plate, rudimentary as it is. Okay, enough palavering. Let's get to it. We shall first crack the plug. I forgot to mention some important things. The oil fill capacity is about 3 to 3.3 liters if you're changing everything, including the filter. But there will always be oil inside the casing, so we're going to fill 3 liters, start it, and the way you measure oil on these things, you have to at least let it run for a minute and then check the sight glass on the other side. And no, I will not be cracking open the drain fill plug. That's just too much work for me, okay? This is a lazy channel. I have also warmed up the bike because, A, to get the oil flowing easier, and 2, to warm my hands. Handful. Perfect. Right, there goes the Texas tea. Not too bad. For 5,000 kilometers, pretty damn decent. Don't know what oil Triumph uses. Could be anything from Castrol, Liqui Moly. Who knows? Even Gatorade at these points. Drain plug has got, by the looks of it, an aluminum washer. So we are going to need a replacement, although it doesn't look like it was compressed much. So we're just going to give this a clean with brake fluid cleaner. Brake fluid cleaner? Brake cleaner. Jesus. Alzheimer today much, huh? Okay, so she does piss a little bit onto the exhaust, like her Austrian counterpart. Oh well. At least it's not detrimental, and you can at least control it. Triumph, genuine part. Don't ask me for the OEM number. It's a filter, okay? Alright, once that is done, we see the innards. Very important, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you take off the ring if it doesn't come off by itself. And it almost looks like no oil was used when they tightened this one on, which is the reason it's stuck to the engine casing. Yeah, normally when you install the new one, you just put a light dab of oil onto this before you screw it on, okay? We are not Neanderthals, okay? We don't stick it in dry, gentlemen. Those were the... Am I still talking about servicing this bike? Yeah, never mind. Just use lube, okay? Also, when buying a spare part, it's always a good idea to confirm that they are exactly the same. Obviously, at this point in time, it is already too late to check that, but never mind. Big up on High Flow Filtro. You get a protective condom over your new filter, and there's already grease on it, so you don't even have to dab anymore. So, very strange. Don't know if that improves the filtration quality, but look, I'm a kind of guy who changes oil every 5,000 on motorcycles. So even if it's the worst filter made in India, in Calcutta during a football match or riot, so I think it'll do. Right, let's put that on. All right, like an old man, there's still a couple of drops. We'll let that finish up. We'll put the filter on, hand tighten, and then a quarter turn with your strongest I really have to stop making references to masturbation. Really shows what sort of a pervert I am. Regardless, so snug that. Then we put the Hylamar on the drain plug, snug that, and then we start filling oil. Alright, we have just added 3 liters to the engine. We're gonna give it a start, have it circulate, and then see. Okay, if you don't learn anything in my videos, learn this one. These bottles, always keep one, even if it's empty. The reason is, you can buy one of those orange long extension funnels, or you can cut this thing in the middle, and you've got it already. Also, possibility exists that if you take the top off, it'll fit on the other bottle of a different brand. That's how it works. Okay, before we start everything, clean everything up with brake cleaner. That's fine, that's clean. I'm too lazy to go to the other side. Alright. While we're doing this, by the way, it's always a good thing to check your air filter, check the cables, check for damages. You know, also tires, and these are brand new. Lube your chain. Let's see. I'm actually curious to see if this oil makes a difference. The OEM oil, when it was so cold this afternoon, when I started the engine, the rear wheel actually started moving by itself. Clutch friction or whatever you call it. Never mind. Okay, baby. No porn on that screen. I wonder if Triumph are ever going to make the software available so we can make our own background screens. Yeah, you know, the mud flap girl instead of the vehicle, you know. Okay, word of caution. It will give you an error saying low oil pressure. Big flashy red thing, but it'll disappear after 3 seconds as the new oil is pumped through the galleys. Okay, I usually count till 10 and then switch it off. That should give the oil enough time. And where do we sit? Yeah, we're low. So, we're gonna add another 200 milliliters. Okay, added 250 milliliters. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna run the bike for a minute or so and come back, wait another couple, actually no, you have to warm it up to operating temperature, then wait a minute, then check the oil. Kind of complicated, but it beats messing around with the dipstick. Maybe. Fluid is nice and red and clean. Cleaner than what the OEM was, but never mind. So, once you've done that and you've made sure that there are no leaks, I guess I should have cleaned that a little better. Never mind. You can then proceed to put back the bash plate and dispose of your garbage in a fashion that suits the municipality, recycling or otherwise. Before I forget, I was a little inebriated last night, so when I took out the air filter I didn't make a video. But what I did, I just dropped the air filter on the floor, and this is all the stuff that fell out. After 5,000 kilometers of riding dirt, it's... look, it's... could be the oil from the engine. Basically turned this thing to mud, and... well, to get rid of the rest, I just used a very soft bristled brush, did that, and then took compressed air 2 to 3 bar and blew outwards again. And I gotta say, Triumph, well done. Not a speck of dirt was, or got past the air filter. Compared to the KTMs, that's saying something. But I am considering making a little, how do we say, a pre-filter for the intake snorkel for the engine. As I may have said before, Triumph Tigers are not made for African conditions, all right? The bash plate and the rest already tells you that. So you have to improvise a little. And remember, the air is sucked in just above the battery. So if you're going to do a river crossing, Basically, if the water can touch your testicles, your bike is already flooded. All right, keep that in mind. Let's carry on. You can also do some recycling projects. For example, this oil filter, if you bang it hard enough so it doesn't wobble, you can then put a wick inside and use it as a candle because the oil will burn. The fumes it gives off may help you on Valentine's Day to get lucky. Dad jokes. Alternatively, take the old oil, mix it with the paraffin you have left over from your chain cleaning, and get a used tea bag, dry it, plug it in there, and now you've got an environmentally unfriendly fire starter. It's a great thing to do. Right, that was how to change the oil on a Tiger 900. I hope you enjoy, as some of the YouTubers say, and depending on the next couple of days, there will be another video coming very quickly. And it's going to be titled Off-Road: Accessories That Work and Those That Don't. Yeah, it's going to be a rant by an angry old man again. Something people enjoy, apparently. Yeah, Chinese angry uncle. Anyway. Bye. Bye. Oh, and don't forget, if you don't like this video, please downvote or upvote it, because nothing tells me off like a person on the digital freeway telling me that he doesn't enjoy my stuff. It really makes all the difference.